Hey everybody, it's Michelle, 9:43 a.m. Trader Girl ATX. Took a while to update my levels today. Nasdaq's being weak. I think I want to buy though. I think I will. Oh damn, knocked me out that fast. Let's try again. Turning off my stops. There's probably some volatility going on here. So the question is, why do I want to fight the trend? Well, let me tell you. Nasdaq doesn't normally go down, and so when I'm a short, I'm used to getting my face ripped off. So today would be what feels like free money for the shorts, and I should probably just jump on that. So let's just do this one little baby trade and try to fight the power, because back here I marked off a 60-minute level, 999 moving average. This was just before 9 a.m. It was kind of hugging that level, and I guess it ultimately failed it and broke down, but I think it's going to try to be pulled back towards that level, and that's why I went long. All of this here is people trying to buy, but they've got a lid. The slow moving average is acting as a lid. So sometimes you got to drop it lower to take it higher. Got to build a little bit of mojo, but you know, maybe it's just going to be weak. What time is it? 9:45 a.m. There's a 15-minute candle. Now let's see if it can break above this midline here, just the pink, but also the slow moving average is that cream color. Already saw 45 ticks, 41, 40. I'm going to slide this up. See if we can get the mojo. It's got to get above there. I could get out, but I'm trying so hard to let a winner run, even though it's been, what, 8 seconds? Ah. God damn it! Ah! Okay, don't get my 45 ticks or anything else. Get a loss. Oh. So slow moving average acted as a lid. I'm going to... Oof. That's ugly. Wow. Gonna buy again. I'm taking my stop off. Here we are, 55 ticks. Let's try again. If we can get a change of character, that's what we're looking for. So of course I added size while it was on the upswing. There's people selling that. Okay, now we're at 89 ticks. You gotta break above that slow moving average for this to mean anything. 102 ticks, 2 contracts. Do I grab it and sell just because that's what everybody else did last time, but I want it to go higher? It's gotten above there. I'm going to slide this up to the 9, so I'm getting something. You know what? Fuck that. I don't want to get anything. I want to be able to be insane and go for a change of character. So it did get above the slow, which was good. Probably dumb that I didn't just take my 100 ticks. But how about like we try for 1,000 ticks? I think it's absolutely possible. The fact that this is trying to hold the fast moving average is kind of bullish. Sucks though to know that I was up above, I think, 105 ticks, and now it's just 45. Golly. I'm a believer in make it, take it, but my weakness is being long is a weakness, and letting a winner run is a weakness, and then adding to a winner is a weakness. So I'm trying to work on that. There is some buying, even though the candles are red. It took me forever to learn, like to mentally wrap my brain around the idea that there's buying. I'll draw little circles for you. Like, see these wicks right here at the bottom? That shows there's buying pressure on this side of the candle. And here there's buying pressure, buying pressure, buying pressure. The fact that it's holding pretty close to the fast moving average, which is the yellow, is pretty bullish. So even getting a couple little green candles, even though there is selling. Here, I'll draw the selling so you can see these are the selling wicks. Right? But when you see a closed candle here, that shows nobody was selling and nobody was selling. And it makes sense that some more buyers tried to step up here. Let's see, the slow moving average is still pointing downward. It's going to be climbing a wall of worry to change that. And that's what I think is happening right now. 9:50 a.m. Again, a little buying, a little buying. I trail this blue line down along the EMA, so when I see it drop lower, I can tell there's more selling, but once it pops above, we'll know that there's more buying on average. So let's just see what happens. I have no idea what the news was this morning. This can just be technical, like it was due for a fall. The chart said so. So the current candle has no selling. Well, there you go. As soon as I say that, some selling pops up. So I do not see buying pressure, buying like frenzy, that's for sure. All this sideways, essentially sideways, is dragging that slow moving average down lower, and all the other moving averages down. EMA dropped. This is why when you add size, you don't add at the high of the move up, you add low, which makes it hard, because you're not supposed to add to a loser. There's a little buying, a little buying, a little buying. That's why I use this box. It's to frame the current price action, so I'm focused on it. I need to not think about what it did yesterday or 3 months ago or anything else, but just by comparison to when I started this, it's lower. But is it really that much lower? No. So I mark off the top of the meat of that candle, or the body, and the low. But this one kept going lower. I'm just being lazy. I don't want to keep adjusting it. It gives me a frame of reference. That's what the whole point of all this is. Little bit of buy-in, little bit of buy-in. 9:53 a.m. I don't know, I might get another big leg down at 10 a.m. Still dragging the slow-moving average lower. Well, ugly, ugly, and here I am fighting it, thinking about buying. The EMA is now lower than what the low was of the box when I started. So red line is the 200 Bollinger Band on the low. My brain is screaming buy, 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 but all these candles show buying right here. Fuck it. I should have bought when I said so. This is being reckless. Do not try this at home. Looking for a change in character. We're back in the box. Still at the low little corner of the box. Added size on the leg up instead of down here, which is where the proper buying should have been. But if we're going to get a change of character, it won't freaking matter. I mean, I think I saw it get to within about 4 ticks out of the money, I think was the best. 9:55 a.m., 5-minute candle. Currently out $930. Let's see if you can break back into the box. Get above the fast moving average. That would be huge. You see why I mark this stuff off? It gives everything a frame of reference so the brain doesn't start panicking and freaking out. Okay, 8 ticks, 10 ticks out of the money. Got above the fast. That's step 1 in the way of winning as a long. Or reversing the trend. It's got to break above this slow here. This is where there's been a lid over and over and over. Everybody might be selling right here. I saw 31 ticks in the money. And I don't want to put on my stop because I don't want to get knocked out. Like, my price wasn't that bad. So, okay, everyone just kept selling it, trying to bet on a change of character. God, I don't know why I get it in my mind to let a winner run and be counter trend. If the trend has been down, all the sellers are letting their winner run. So no wonder they keep punching me in the face. And I should have taken my 31 ticks or 10 ticks or whatever they would have given me. $9:57 a.m. Trying really hard to hold on to this. This green candle so far doesn't show any selling. You see why I use my box? It just sort of puts everything in a frame of reference, and here we are back in the money. So here's like another chance for me to sell the slow moving average, but we have been going sideways for a while. So to me, you know, I was just early in buying. I didn't wait for the going sideways bit. Going sideways for a while gives stability. So I could get out right now and take, well, 8 to 12 ticks is what it was giving me. But like I said, it'd be really great if I could get 1,000 ticks to the upside. And NASDAQ's like that. I've never tried to get 1,000 ticks in this account. Trading with Top Step, that's never been a... So this candle doesn't show... Well, there's a little bit of selling right there in the first red candle. We've got the EMA above the fast. If you look, this blue line is above the yellow. Right here, I'm going to circle it. This is the intersection. I'm going to color it gold. That's where I indicate where a golden entry would be. The EMA went above the fast. And so see, now I've got a change. Now we have a change of character. It's broken above the slow. Oh, man, come on. So this is a fight. 10 a.m. candle, of course. That makes sense. It's going to be a little bit of a fight here. Marking off, this is the high of that candle when the slow acted as a lid. Look what, now I'm up 64 ticks. So maybe we'll be off to the races. I think we'll at least go to here. And draw a horizontal line at the high of that candle right there. $10 a.m. Come on. I don't want to get knocked out. Otherwise, I would have just taken 65 ticks. Man, it just makes me mad. Gah! So you can see how I marked off these purple areas, showing that there's buyers stepped up. Of course it knocks me out and then continues higher. Turned off my stops. I hate this. I hate it when I'm trying to be good, trying to let a winner run, blah, blah, blah. I sat through all this pain of holding a loser, get to where I'm up. It was 65 ticks, somewhere around there. And then I get knocked out and I don't even know what I got. It doesn't matter. I'm buying more. Why? Because they like giving you 2 little red candles and then they blow it up in your face. And right now still the EMA, the weighted moving average, is still above the fast. So let me draw more circles just to teach you. See all these wicks down here? Let me make them purple. Meaning like royal. That would be a royal entry. You can see all these buying, so you can have some confidence and know that it's okay to buy. Even if it's a red candle. This is Haikanashi. So the next level, since it broke above the slow moving average, now it's got the 144. Needs to try to break above the 144. See, these candles don't show any selling. No selling, no selling, no selling, no selling. Tiny little somebody sold there, but let's see what it does, how it reacts. You guys should be so proud of me because I'm always a bear. So note, more buying, more buying. Even though there is selling, all this up here is selling, absolutely, on these wicks. It's got to break above this 144. And sometimes it's just got to go sideways for a while to gain Momo so it can break above. We got a higher high on that candle. This is what helps you increase your hold time. So you don't panic and freak out when you see the red. You don't panic and you freak out when you see these wicks. Look at the other end of the candle because they tell a story too. And it's taken me forever to see that story. So look, now we're approaching the midline. Look at that. So that's the next target, which happens to be the top of my box. See, this is where it failed before. So much of this is mathematically controlled. And it might fail that, but I'm sliding this up. Currently up 64 ticks, and I really don't want to get knocked out. Otherwise, I should just take it. So there's no selling, no selling, no selling. Yeah, go baby, go. Now I'm up 94 ticks. Go to the moon. Of course you're gonna knock me out because that's what you do. Here, I'll sell one. Hope that helped make sense to you guys. So here the slow moving average was a lid and they were selling and it failed. Here, or back here, it broke above the slow. It took, I don't know what just happened, but and it started climbing and we're all bullish. As long as this EMA is above the fast, that's really the EMA. This is the linear weighted. As long as those puppies are climbing, you need to be bullish. But you got to be careful when you, God, why am I not in my 11 contracts? So that is why I'm guessing I lost that trade. But, or I don't know, maybe my TP was hit. No, I got a loss. When it started going up and I'm all talking all bullish, there's no reason for me to take the other side and go short. That's an Achilles that I have because I get to the point where I think, gosh, I've just made so much money going long. I should go the other way now. Like there's a limit as to how much I should take. So now we've got the slow moving average as a floor, the fast is a floor, the midline is a floor. Super bullish. I'll buy again. Ugh, I hate buying the high. I really hate buying the high because it makes me do things that I shouldn't, that I normally don't want to do. So you buy the high and you're instantly out of the money because you're buying high. But you guys love to chase no matter what. Everything is set up to be bullish here. Since I put this trade on, it's been nothing but they're selling. So where do I determine this is bad? We've broken above the high of that candle. I might have to get out and just take like a 9-tick loss. But again, it's climbing that wall of worry. It doesn't show selling. The 9 moving average is this yellow line, this tiny little yellow line. And look, buying begets buying, selling begets selling. There's absolutely selling up here. You should be proud of me. Buying high, I mean, that is not a thing that I do. So all these people who just put on shorts are getting their face ripped off. Does that make sense? Yes, it does. So no, I saw I was up 30 ticks. Trying so hard to embrace being along. Okay, well, that's not 30 ticks. One thing to embrace is just being cool. So let's go back to what we were just talking about. This shows buying. These show buying. See these wicks? Even though they're on red candles, they show buying. These show selling at the top. So it's just there's a lot of information to process here. A lot of times this is just like the reversion to the mean, which means it wants to come back because there's been a lot of buying, right? Look, still more buying. So you got to look at both sides of the candle to tell the story. Forever and ever, I completely ignored the back side of the candle. I just always looked at where it was moving, this top end of the candle. So I would see this and think, oh my God, I got to sell. Oh, I got to sell because look at that wick. Selling pressure. But I ignored the other end, and in my mind right now this is actually the more important end. Even though the action is happening over here, the more important end is the backside. Maybe someone will fight me on that. I don't care. I don't care enough. Maybe you're right. So let me slide this up so I'm not taking a loss. Currently up 52 ticks. And remember, I bought the high. I bought the high and had to endure a pullback and pull back. Not looking good. And then next thing you know, boom, in the money. All right, I'm going to reverse. So it took 165. So I can't help my nature. My nature is to be short. So why did I sell there? Because for some reason earlier I put this red line. That was the intersection of where the fast would have... What? Lose it as soon as I put it on. Now I put on 3. Fuck you. I'm going to turn my stops off. So why did I go short there when I had just been saying buying, 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 buying? Because it doesn't go up forever. Well, it's NASDAQ, so what am I saying? But there's been selling this whole way, but it hasn't gotten any success. So the shorts are going to be frustrated And we've now gone not only just like over on the 9, but over to the fast. So the price action goes up, but it also goes over. So this went up. Now it needs to go over. And I drew this red line back here somewhere to mark off the cross of the fast moving average crossing below the slow, and that was at 9:30 a.m. So that's a sign of weakness when the fast breaks below the slow. So I had that marked on my chart so I can look over here, and it gave me confidence to go ahead and say, okay, I'll go short. Never had anyone tell me this, never had anyone show me this. That's just what I figured out over the years. Probably could have taken profits just then. Because we did get a change to where it was pointing upward. And it's dangerous to be a short, especially if all this trend has been up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm gonna call between all those candles 5 or 6 red candles. But it held support at the fast. So buyers weren't done. So I spent all this time talking to you instead of watching my chart. This was at 126 something. I'm going to put that there. I don't know if that's the exact spot, but so now the shorts are getting squeezed. Great. Love that. So instead of all that talking, I could have just gotten out, said that was a reversion to the mean, and then continued being long. That's what I should have done. Ten 10:15 a.m. So when I started trading this morning, this was the low. And sometimes people track. But again, that was not... Sometimes what was the floor becomes a lid. So we'll see. And I'm putting on stupid size. I'm probably going to blow this account. Fighting the trend. This is the upper Bollinger Band on the 15-second chart. There is a reason. I don't know what market was down today. Buyers have found themselves, and I don't know. Here's where you see my Achilles. Spent all that time talking about being a buyer, and then I flip sides to go short. And I think I did the reverse a minute ago. $9 a.m., 9:02, something like that. It was trying to hold this from like 8:54 a.m. It was trying to hold this 999 average I marked off on a 60-minute chart. Now 10:17 a.m. See if you guys start selling. Alright, I'm at max size. I could get out right now and lose half my money. Fighting the trend. Should not have added that size to a loser. I guess I could just get out now and at least my account would be about break even on the day. But you can see what's the lesson here. I spent all this time talking about buying and buying pressure. And then I flipped short because one trade, because I didn't take my profit here. because I was too busy talking. This is why I don't like the live streaming. It doesn't really help me. This is why I'm in a practice account, especially while trying to live stream. Just realized now we're above the midline. All systems bullish. God. The rage. This is why you make one mistake, it compounds with the NASDAQ. There's no mercy. That's why you got to take the 50% loss and be thankful. Because then it becomes 100% loss. Man. Earlier today, it couldn't get above this 60-minute 999, which I thought would act as a floor. It's failed it multiple times. So I'm going to sell because it's literally failed it multiple times. And now I'm mad and I'm triggered, so I'm adding size. Not how you're supposed to trade. That yellow is the linear weighted moving average. And it's always pretty close to the fast moving average on, I think, the 3-minute. So what's the lesson here? Don't fight the trend. Think nothing, know nothing. Now it's 10:20 a.m. and I've gotten to the thirsty, dehydrated, numb, dumb state. My brain is probably out of fuel right now. I'm holding a loser. Here, I'll add 2 more. Oh, fuck it. I'll add 5 more. Why won't you let me sell 5 more? Five plus 5 is 10. I don't get it. Isn't my max size 15? Does that not show 5? Oh, what? I'm in a fucking combine that I already failed and it's letting me trade. What the hell? Oh my god. What the fuck is happening here? Now my little brain starts thinking, maybe you can resurrect this dead account since it let you trade. Wow. I am so confused. Bowing my head. Wow. I'm gonna let this play out. Maybe there'll be some sort of freaky way that I can resurrect the account. Who knows? Trade could go my way. Maybe it'll make $4,500 and the account will come back to life. I don't know. Who knows? Of course not.
Have you guys heard about Omar Odavi? This is him on this chair. Scientists are trying to study his blood type and mineral content in his blood because for whatever reason he attracts sea life. They don't know if it's work. Wow, I'd love to do that. Can you keep fucking scrolling?
stuff, dude. Dude. Alright, well obviously this is not fucking goddamn fucking working. So one mistake compounds and compounds and compounds. And all that time I talked about buying, all that time. And then I let that one trade get away from me. And now I'm in some dumb account that's dead. It's not even a practice account. And I was talking about getting 1,000 ticks. So I nailed it where the correct buy entry was. So I can do lots of things right. Talk about the buying, the buying, the buying, the buying. And then at some point I just lose it all. Boy, I'm mad at myself. Next time, stop worrying about the fucking live stream and just trade and not do all this talking. Focus on the trading. That's just sad. Might as well let that run. I wonder if I can just flip over and go to the other account now. Just leave that going. Why did I short? Well, it's my nature. It's been a huge run up. And we got above the VWAP on this. Wait. And just like that, I'm instantly fucking dead. Even though I didn't mean to leave my stops. So this is me being impulsive, reckless, angry, emotionally upset. But we got above the VWAP on the 60-minute after a hellacious amount of selling this morning. Let's see where it kicked me out of that trade. 253. It's now 252. So there was no reason for me to take that loss. Had to enter it, a second set of trades. So now I've got a $444 loss that could still be pending and not active. I wonder if that trade's still going in the other account. Let's see. Yes, it is. Excellent. Okay, it's currently 300. I think I saw 318 ticks out of the money. Let me type that on the screen there. Go back to the other account. Still just a practice, but we'll see. Maybe I'll get back that 318 and maybe that'll turn into a winning trade and maybe it'll magically reset that account and let it come back to life. It could happen, right? So I put on that trade because of the VWAP on the 60-minute, which is where that bright, I'm going to call it banana yellow dotted line is there. Let's see how it reacts to that level. It looks like it's bouncing right off it. So I think I was just up 72 ticks on 11 contracts. Didn't take it. That's really tragic. I am not in a good space right now, obviously. Not taking money when it's given to me, not protecting my position, putting on crazy dumb size. God, I just... Come back down. Let's test that VWAP again. So I know I saw 72 ticks. We're now at 41 ticks. 48. 62. So you could call this mercy, like another chance. I could get out and go, woo, yay, 88 ticks. But I know my other trade is 318 ticks out of the money, so I want 318 ticks. How about that? And it might bounce off this VWAP again. I'll bring this to the middle of my box. Maybe that'll be a new strategy. Just so tired of getting knocked out. Bringing it to the middle of the box means I get half my gains instead of just exiting the trade. I have this silly little idea in my head about let a winner run, just let it go. But then it's torture. Literal freaking torture. So this slow moving average might work as a lid. Fuck it. I'm gonna just turn off the stop. Good. So I had to go do a 50% retracement. I turned off my stop, got it back. So I know it was up 78 ticks. Now we're at 90. I just want to be able to put a trade on and walk away for 30 minutes. Just go. Turning off my stop again. Look at that buy pressure. God, look at that candle. Okay, I might be trying to hold that VWAP on the 60-minute again. Oh, God! Look at that candle! Holy moly! Oh, wow. You took people by surprise, but I know there's normally about 3 attempts at the high. So I'm going to sell again. Just because it bounced off it twice doesn't mean there won't be another leg down. But again, so here's the lesson. What's the right way to trade? Do you take the money as it goes? It sure looks like the smart thing to me. Okay, I walked away. Obviously that was the correct call, and like I said, there's 3 attempts at the high. It can't get above the slow moving average like I said earlier, but it's still holding this VWAP. I need that VWAP to fail. So what we got going on here? Let me draw my circles. So, actually, let me zoom out a little bit. So here's the time of day where my brain gets stupid. Looks like that already happened earlier today. So there's like the EMA crossing the fast. And it's been a fight. Love this. So it failed that. Sometimes you just gotta walk away and have faith. Nasdaq down what? 254, I think. Still just 1.07%. It was a lot lower. So I caught that low, made money coming up off the low, and then at some point just decided to fight it for a while. So it'll be interesting to see how it reacts to this. The 144 on the 15 second. It might hold that like a floor. Love that. Keep going. Okay, now we're getting a little bit of free fall happening. Hopefully it'll keep going. My other account was down 318 ticks, so this is about a 50% retracement from where my other position was. So the next step would be here, which is the 222 on the 15 second. (10:51 a.m.) Love this. I'll take 200 ticks. Still think it's going to go lower though. I'm going to sell one more. So I want another 100 ticks or so. Don't know if I'll get it, if it's going to blast through this midline. Makes me really happy if it does. Too bad I'm not in the 11 contract still. Full on panic mode in effect. Love this. Free fall. Okay, I need to go look at my other trade because it might still be going. I'll leave this one going. Let's go look at my other account. I don't remember how much it was out of the money, but it's almost break even now. Oh, can you keep going? Because remember, I was short. Look, it's in the money now. Hold on. So do I get out? This is a dead 50K account. And it let me trade, so I really want to let this run and maybe make back $4,500. Could it happen? Sure. Why not? Alright, I love this. Oh, here we are back at that 60-minute 999 moving average, and it might hold this as a floor. This was where I thought it was trying to hold at 8:54 to 9:02 a.m. Hold on, Toby. Oh. Yeah, damn it. So I could have just taken money. Come on. I don't know why the... feel like this is... Okay. So it was 318 ticks out of the money, and it came back. And it was slightly in the money very briefly for a breath. Now it's having a little bounce reversion to the mean, and I would like to see the selling continue. Currently 2 to 6 ticks out of the money. Ah. Yeah. I should have taken my money. I don't want to lose more. But I know there's got to be a reversion to the mean. Come on, Holmes. Let's continue our trend downward and give me 318 ticks of profit. It failed this 999 level at 9 a.m. and went significantly lower. So come on down, please. I have a little fantasy that I can revive a dead account. That would be really fun. Oh, it's gonna kick me out. Hold on. Wait. Where's my settings? Oh no, it kicked me out. Oh. I don't know if it's gonna let me trade on it anymore. So the 9 is pointing down, the EMA and the fast are pointing down. That is some buying pressure right there. Damn it. It let me. This could be a very bad trade. In fact, I should probably get out because it could go either way. But I am short because the trend has been currently short. But this is the lower Bollinger Band on the 15-second chart. Currently 8 to 3 ticks out of the money. This fast might act as a lid. The EMA is still below the fast. Just got a upward turn on the 9 the 9 EMA. I got from 5 to 8 ticks out of the money to 26 ticks out of the money. I don't like it. 10:59 a.m. The world makes sense now. We're coming up on 11 a.m. So there's got to be weirdness. This tells me people are selling here. A little bit of buying. It's now 11 a.m. 15 seconds, 30 seconds. Added size to a trade that's not looking good, but I know it's because we're on the hour. I don't want to give back what I just made. Come on. Ah. Great. Do really good. Blow up. Man. It was a hellacious run up. Huge pullback. I did good turning that loser into some money. And then I just turn around and give it right back. Wow. What has happened to me? Guess I didn't get out of the way and protect myself at 11 a.m. embarrassing. There's no way in hell I can post this video. Oh god, I left another account going. I think I was in a trade. It says no position. Come on. It's trying really hard to hold this fast moving average right here. Give it up. Wow. God damn. Why'd I sell? Because all these people were selling through here and they never got any satisfaction. I guess I can see that this slow held as a floor and this 222 held as a floor. So I wasn't wrong earlier when I was talking about trying to get 1,000 ticks out of that trade being long. And then I just started going short after making a lot of money going long. So that's the 888 moving average on a 15-second, pointing downward, the green line. Not sure why it held this right here, the 144. I guess it was just so close to the midline. Couldn't drop from there, it was too close. Also, these previous selling had to come up and get in that area. I'll be shocked if it doesn't fail this. Oh, shit. Boy, it's gonna be super bullish if this goes up. Which there's moving averages that are up higher. It just means like, why all the selling this morning? Why? Doesn't matter, does it? All that matters is everyone's like, we're buying now. Don't fight it. Nope. Now I'm just being bullheaded. Thinking. We're near that VWAP on the 60-minute. Nope. This is why you can't think a damn thing. This is embarrassing. So you start going long on that 3 minute and it's just buy, 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 buy. Wow. This was the lower Bollinger Band on the 3 minute. That's down here now. Three-minute midline was up here. It's a really good trading day if you're on the right side. Clearly I'm not paying attention to my trades. Oh, that's the 60-minute. Well, I did one thing right. My brain was working earlier this morning and then it turned off. So it took forever, but it eventually held that 60-minute. $11:21 a.m. I don't really, well, that was a freak show leg up. That's all I got to say. I think it should have rolled over where my trade was, but it didn't. Doesn't matter what I think, does it? Sad. This is the real reason why you need to grab the money and not stay in a trade, because you don't get to trade. You're stuck holding a loser and you feel like shit. So if you don't want to feel like shit, just get the fuck out. Go, oh, don't want to feel this pain. It's better to not feel the pain than it is to be right. It's better to be wrong and get the fuck out than it is to hold a loser and feel the fucking pain. I am in such a desperate situation. Love how it kicks me out of my price, my account. Not sure what happened with that practice account, but it's not even there anymore. Kicked me out at 301. And now it's 289. Of course. I don't know what the fuck is going on. It keeps getting rid of my practice account. I don't know why. Then I have to like unsubscribe. Then I have to resubscribe. $11:30 a.m. That was a huge retracement. There's a reason it sold this morning. And that was a hellacious retracement. I need to figure out what that moving average was right there. This one right here is the 1111. Probably the 1212. Yeah, y'all might buy that slow moving average. You might. I'm wanting you to just keep going lower. Turning off my stop. Why did I not just take the profit? So I think there's a lot more room to the downside. Adding to a winner. sketchy. I know we just had this hellacious run up. Really? These moving averages are all pointing down. I don't think it's time to be going up. So I added to a winner, and I don't have any stops on them. I'm letting it just go.
Yeah, I'm still not rich. It's freaking lame. But what's crazy is I do live stream my trades to YouTube. Yeah, I'm still not rich. It's freaking lame. But what's crazy is I do live stream my...
I don't know why it would stop there. Staying in the short. Why? The fast moving average broke below the slow. I don't see any reason why it should hold there. But yeah, it sucks to be up 35, 36 ticks, and then I don't know, what was that, 20? But I held through it. I'm learning to let a winner run, and I added to a winner. Am I at max size? Yeah. Let it go. I think we can fall 300 more ticks, easy. Might hold this orange as a floor. Should have probably just taken whatever that was. I like that that's red candle, but I don't know that it's going to stay there. Did the world just stop? Oh, okay, I spaced out because I'm staring at my phone. And I did not take profits. I'm not sure how much I was up, but it did hold that orange. So it's got to figure out which way it wants to go. This slow moving average might still hold as a lid. That's why I'm not jumping. $101 ticks, I like that. Good. Held through some suck. Didn't freak out. Currently up 148 ticks. I like it. Oh, so all that price action dragged up this moving average, the 144, and it didn't hold. This 222 might hold. There's a big old crisscross of all kinds of averages going on here. hovering below the bottom of that box might be a gift. Eh. 148 ticks is now 113. I don't like it. Wow, 148 to 100 is a huge loss. That's giving away a third of the gains. Wow. It was a huge move up there. God damn it. I don't want you knocking me out. Turn off my fucking stop. This pisses me off. So clearly I should have not been looking at my phone and taking the 148 ticks. Now being at 60, let's call it 60, that's over a 50% loss. What is going on? I mean, look at that V bottom right there. Look at that move. I'm proud of myself for holding through it. Toby. My little dog. I don't think I like this holding and letting a winner run shit. I feel a lot better when I get to make it take it.
Posting on TikTok every day when you have like under 100, even under 1,000, even under 5,000 followers is the definition of climbing cringe mountain. And I'm gonna scale that bitch. Posting.
Took a while. Man, this is making me mad. Buyers buy non-stop. Just freaking roll over and let it go. What's all this back and forth? I wanted to fail this 222. Keep going down. Lots of buying pressure here. Knocked me out. So I moved my stop down tight because I could see all this buying here. I still think it can go lower though. But why do I think that? Because I always think that. That's why. Like I said, I think it can go 300 ticks lower. I think it can go way back down here. So I just made a bunch of money going short, so I turn around and I go long. Achilles heel. Why? Because it broke below that trend line. Ooh, I meant to bring this above here. I was going to try to grab 20 ticks. Yikes. I mean, that was a hard break of the structure, which is very dangerous on my part. This is pointing up, the 444 moving average. This is the lower Bollinger Band on the 200. Now I'm back in the money. So do I get out, or do I think this is going to be a killer trade? Back to that VWAP on the 60 minute. Whatever, I'll take 18 ticks. It sucks because I was up more than that. Oh, come on. There we go. Why did I sell? Because it got to that upper trend line. Ooh. So I made money going long, and then I decided to go short. It's just one contract. Still following through to the upside. So again, what do I keep doing? Make money one way, then decide to flip the other way. Instead of looking for follow through, all you guys are trading different time frames, so your hold time is much longer than mine. This is where I'm screwing up. Fail. 22 ticks out of the money. $12:04 p.m. Just realized what time it was. Of course, we're here at the midline. At 9, the 9 moving average is pointing straight up. I think I was 22 ticks. Here we are. I saw 6, 12, 15 ticks out of the money. 3 ticks out of the money. 4 ticks in the money. It's a bunch of crisscrossing moving averages here. Gotta see how it reacts to the orange this time. And the 222. This level right here. This all might hold as a floor. I didn't drop my stop because I'm being greedy right here. But this could actually hold as a floor. The candle turned green. I'm gonna draw out my stop right now. Okay, like this. I'm gonna get out. You guys love to freaking buy. Selling the low. It'll be a miracle if it goes lower. Don't care. Alright, I think I'm gonna be done for today. I got other shit